lighthouse. Peace to all who enter here in this meditative, integrative practice session that we have together today. I'm going to quickly turn this music down a little bit. I'm really happy to be gathering with the intention to move for today's resiliency session. And for those of you who may have been on yesterday's session, we were really examining what it means for us as practitioners to be keepers of stories, to be tellers of stories, and to be editors of the stories of life that enable us to, on an ongoing basis, be facilitating a higher and higher collective consciousness so that the right stories are being told, so that the stories that we tell ourselves can transform, so that the stories that we tell each other can transform, so that the stories that we tell the world are transforming, and that we can begin to transform our beautiful world through the stories that we tell. And in yesterday's session, I was articulating that it all begins absolutely local, right here at the center of every cell in your physical being. And our cells have memory. It's cellular memory. And in yesterday's meditations, I was talking about how breath work is a very key lever change agent in terms of facilitating the transformation that I just spoke of. But so too is movement. Movement is the enemy of fear, and movement is what allows us to be expressing and to be perceiving and to be receiving from a fresh place of here now awareness, naked awareness. So let's begin. Bring your feet nice and wide and throw out the welcome mat in front of the living lighthouse of your body, your human body. And presence into feeling, presence into what's going on at the level of sensation in the feet, in the ball of the belly. Begin to feel the fluidity, the pulsation, the spanda, the drawing in, the radiating out, the collapsing of form, and the taking on of form. Begin to feel this. And bring your left hand to your belly and your right hand to your heart. Relax the elbows in alongside your ribs and take a huge, wholehearted, omnidirectional breath all the way in, and then exhaling all the way out. And yesterday I was speaking about the necessity of letting go of all the breath and all the prana there for a moment, so that all four valves of the heart are getting the squeeze and getting the rinse, and so that the proper signal of awakening is being sent to the central nervous system and into the brain. So pull the abdomen back and slightly up. So I'd like to start, you can relax your arms alongside your body. I'd like to start with some tiger claw punching drills for today's sadhana. So have a look and then we'll do it all together. So I'm going to bring one arm forward and then up, and then the other arm forward and up, forward and up. Now look to see what my head and neck is doing, so that I'm opening up all the subtle channels in the neck. Okay, so let's take the left arm forward and then up. And as the left elbow goes back, the right fist will go forward. Really make a fist so that you can be sure that you are activating all the power places in the palm of the hand. So there's a linear nature to this movement, but see if you can find the cyclicity and the fluidity in its continuity. Keep this going. So you want to use the movement and the breath to deliver you to the center, the reliable center of your buddhi mind, which is the wisdom aspect of your mind that is mature and that knows discernment as its default. So even though there's an immensity and there's an intensity, it's tiger energy. Give yourself permission with each passing through the form to not lose any of its precision, but to find a greater reservoir of softness in the center of your cells, in the way that you're gazing through the gates of your eyes. Couple more. Hopefully you're feeling really hot. And then bring it down. Lift both hands, please, up to the level of your heart. Push both arms forward. And rotate your left hand in. One clockwise circle, and then another circle with the right hand, and then ground the chi. And tuning in to the nature of the mind, quiet mind, maybe empty mind. And it's from the empty mind, it's from the quiet mind that the fresh, new, life-giving stories can emerge, can grow from the garden of that fertile place within your being. So we're going to stay in the tiger claw punching drill family. So these forms, they help us with what is called Tejas. And so Tejas is, I was speaking a little bit about this yesterday as well. Tejas is an important part of the Buddhi mind. Tejas, you can see it in a person when they have developed a focus around that point in their being, when they have an incandescence, when they have a self-effulgence, when they have a radiance that comes on its own accord. It isn't dependent upon any gain or any loss or anything or any person or any situation or on and on. It is because it can be, and this is Tejas. And so these tiger claw forms help us to create this kind of self-effulgence from within ourselves for ourselves that can then be delivered in every creative interaction that we have with other beings. So watch. Some of you may already know this. So have a look and then we'll do it collectively. And again, we're really interested in using this intense time to attain and sustain, to access an elevated kind of consciousness with all of the unsettlement. You know, there's a lot of medicine to be had when things start deconstructing, when things start breaking down, okay? So let that also happen in the tissues of the body. Watch. Okay, so I just demonstrated two sets, one flow on, two flows on each side. So find the feeling in the feet, find your roots, and really let go of everything on the exhalation and experience that parasympathetic rejuvenation. More space, more consciousness, more light, more love, force, intelligence. Begin with your right hand, please, and pass it. We're still working with this fist. Pass it to the right. The right arm will go back as the left arm goes to the left, up, and then over. Now take the right arm up and forward, and then open both arms, a moment of winged joy and freedom. Left arm up and over. Take the left arm back as the right arm goes to the side and up and over. Now take the left arm back, up and forward, and then release it all. Right arm to the right, left arm to the right, right arm forward, both arms fluttering to the side, left arm to the side, right arm to the side, left arm forward, and both arms opening. Right, left, right. Flutter, right, left, flutter, right, left, right, flutter, left, right, left, flutter, right, so sorry about that, Felipa, flutter, left, right, left, flutter, right, left, right, flutter, left, right, left, flutter, right, left, right, flutter, left, right, left, flutter. Now, without my words, for a few more passages. Last one on each side. Beautiful. Bring your hands to your hara, please. And up to your belly, or to your heart rather. Take the arms forward. Circle your left hand in, please. And your right hand in. I'm just going to cue up a little bit louder music for us. Good. So we've been working with this next form off and on for about the past month. And it's a powerhouse. It moves so much chi. So I'm telling you that because if you're having a busy day and you have a very limited amount of time to jump into one of these kinds of IP sessions, this might be the one form to elect to engage with, because it will clean up your chi, because it addresses the kidneys in such a profound and thorough manner. Watch, and then we'll do it as a collective. So I'm going to take a really nice deep horse stance. So I'm bending the primary first segments of the fingers. Take the arms up. Now I'm going to bring my right hand to my left armpit, and I'm going to reach my left arm up and overhead, and I'm following the movement of the hand with the head, and I'm draping my right ear sort of back and down towards the back of my right thigh. Most remarkable side body stretch, and then come back through and push the chi forward, and then ground the chi. So that was one side. We're going to oscillate side to side over these next couple of moments. So begin, please, by bringing your feet to the width, I'm sorry, not the width of the hips, quite a bit more distance between the heels. Lots of space from heel to heel, and then sit into the horse stance. Lift energy up to the level of the heart and the hara, and then push forward. Push the center of the trunk of your body way back, so you're collapsing the front gate of your body on a big, gusty, audible out breath. Inhale, arms up, gaze is neutral, facing forward, and then on the out breath, pull the elbows in alongside the hips. Inhale, both arms back. A deep flexion through the wrists, so the knuckles are pointing towards the ceiling. And then exhale. Release the mudra. Release the energy all the way from the heart center to the tips of the fingers. Now bring your right hand to your left armpit and reach your left arm up and overhead as much as you can. Follow the movement of the left hand with the gaze. And then come back through to center. Lead, please, with the left arm. Bring your right hand on top. The right fingertips will be pointing up. The left fingertips will be pointing down, and then push the chi forward. See if you can sit into it a little bit more. Let it cook you. Tapas, let it transform you. Left hand up to join the right. Press the chi down as you straighten the legs and lift the spine up. And then bring the energy up. Pass it in front of the hara. Bring it up to the heart. And then bend the knees into the horse stance. Bend the fingers into the tiger mudra. Deep exhale, collapse the center of the back body towards the wall behind you. Inhale, arms up. Gaze neutral and facing forward, elbows in. Inhale, release the mudra, take the hands back. And exhale, a couple of undulations in the river of the spine. The whole community of the spine is an active, co-creative participation. Bring the left hand now to the right armpit and reach with the right arm. Anchor your left elbow at the top of your left hip. I know this is not easy. Good things rarely are. And this is a good thing. That was a sound effect, a spontaneous one. And you can include them in your own living rooms too. Good, come back through. So one of the things that I miss most about teaching live and having humans in the room with me, left hand on top, right hand on the bottom, and push the chi forward. One of the things I miss the most is reading your bodies, reading your facial expressions, and reading your needs based on that. But I want to emphasize the usefulness of sound effect. Go ahead and bring the hands down to create release, because you hear me say this kind of stuff all the time, but sound is one of the greatest ways to dissolve densities. And we're interested in getting in there into the terrain of the body, all the way down to the level of the bottom bone, all the way into the center of every cell, and rebooting the cellular memory. So the stories we tell give life to life. Circle with the left hand, circle with the right hand. It is so humid here on the isthmus. I'm absolutely dripping with sweat. I hope you are too. It feels fantastic. I want to do it one more time on each side. So, let go of anything and everything. Quiet mind, empty mind, the art of no mind. So inhale, hands out to the level of the heart. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Release the mudra and then ripple. Right hand to the left armpit, right elbow to the right hip, and then reach. Follow the gaze. You may find that you have one side of your body that says yes to this more than the other. Always, hold a space under the big tent of being for this asymmetry and the immense messages that it may have to share with us. Lead with the left arm, come through. Right hand up, left hand down. Heart as big as the world, mind as big as the sky. Bring the hands down and then up. Push the energy forward. Left hand in and right hand in. Tejas, friends, check in with the self-effulgence. What needs to go? What needs to go in order for your organic innocence, your original nature, to shine through and guide you? Tune in to where the Tejas is in its forms of transformation and life-giving. So inhale. This is our last time. Push forward. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, elbows in. Release the mudra. Inhale, hands back. And undulate at least 2 times. 1 and 2. Left hand is going to come to the right armpit, left elbow to the top of the left hip. Push, reach, and feed through the length of the right arm, looking beyond the tip of the right thumb. Inhale, breathe into the right side of the rib cage. Open the gills of the breathing body. Feel a greater three-dimensionality, circularity, omnidirectionality. Now lead with the right arm. Come through. Left hand on top, push. Ground the chi. Pull it up, thread it up. Vine it up. Through to the level of the heart. Take the energy forward. Left hand in. And right hand in. Ground the chi through the hands. And have a moment of Wu Wei as we refresh the cells, the setting of the cells as I retie my pants. And then find center. Crane, a version of. Watch please, and then we'll do it together. Always take that moment before entering the form to empty out. The greatest gift to humanity is a person who is free of oneself. No better set and setting to get really well practiced with that than in a movement modality, whether it's qigong, whether it's running, whether it's yoga, whether it's cycling, you name it. But realize that when we move, we empty out so that we are giving our greatest gift to humanity, which is the version of ourself that is free of oneself. No I, no me, no mine. This is the most remarkable place to make your entry into a form. Here we go, crane. Just watch. Another big kidney medicine form, which I have realized at this age in my life that is a very important thing to pay attention to in terms of the vivacity of my life energy. So let's get into it. Take a stand on the left foot. Bring the right leg up. Draw the big toe up the inside of your left lower leg up to the inside of the knee, and then kick the right leg forward to whatever degree. It could be way down low. You could even have the toe touching the floor. Take the crane wings up, and then either trace a half circle with your big right toe at the floor, or take it out to the side and then back, and take your wings also back. Fingertips up, and see if you can bend your right knee. Now lift your heart and head and elongate and extend your spine out of the big shell of the pelvic bone, and send an inhalation deep back and down into the lower back region of your kidneys. Hold on to the breath there for a moment, as we were in yesterday's meditation, practicing very thorough kind of patience with the inhale, and then exhaling. Bring the right leg down. Feel how you're sort of scooping chi with the hands. Now ground the chi through the hands. Place the right foot at the floor. Begin to lift the left foot up off the floor. Trace the right lower leg with the inside of the left. Big toe. Once the toe is at the inside of the knee, take the arms all the way up and kick the leg forward. Or extend the leg and anchor the big toe at the floor. Either trace the half circle back or trace the half circle back in an aerial expression. Take the wings also back, fingertips up, bend the left knee. Huge inhale into the back of the kidneys. Getting more and more centered with your joy body. More and more centered with your resilience. Bring the left leg down, scoop the chi through the hands. Ground the left foot, ground the energy through the hands. And bring the right leg up, hands up. See if you can lower your eyelids, your top eyelids, to about 9/10 of the way closed. Half circle either on low or on high. Bend the right knee. Flying crane. Relaxed eyelids. Take your breath now into the front, deep lower region of your belly. Hold on to the breath. Pause. Exhale into emptiness. Bring your right foot down. Scoop the chi with the hands, both hands. Bringing peace into your field, peace into the collective field. 1,000 years worth of peace. This is the energy and medicine of the crane. Left leg up. 1,000 years worth of peace. So simple, always relevant. Breathing again, please, friends, into the lower front belly. Into the kunda. This is the great fire pit. Use your breath to stoke the fire. Use your breath to cultivate the Tejas. The incandescence, the self-effulgence, the radiance, the splendor of being a being who is on the road to awakening, who is having moments of very clear wakefulness right here now already too. Bring it all home. Bring the hands to the abode of the belly. And bring your hands then up to the level of your heart. And forward. And take both hands, please, over to the right. And up. Over to the left. Cultivating some parallel alignment with the hands. Take the hands to the left, circling the great tree, the tree of life. Feeling into how hopefully you have refreshed the permanent library of your cellular memory. Just going back and forth a couple more times, really yielding to the release in the neck, more and more subtly and in a more and more sublime and effective way with each passage. See if you can also start to, I'll turn to the side, see if you can also start to allow some fluid movement in the community of the spine, ball of the belly. your left hand to your belly and your right hand to your heart. Just standing in presence. As a weaver, as an explorer, as an expander, as an innovator, as a healer. All of the different selves that are inside of you, feel how they are all centered on their respective spoke as you hold the wheel. And what happens regarding the wheel of our life is that oftentimes the wheel is just going for years in a particular direction. And it may not be a direction that's congruent with where we wish to go in terms of our evolution. But as practitioners, we take a hold of the wheel and we stop it. We find the stillness, we find the silence. We stop the wheel so that we can very consciously decide which direction we wish to set it rolling off into once again. So thank you. Thank you so much for being here today for this Qigong meditation. Take a few more deep omnidirectional in-breaths. And then exhaling out of an open mouth. One more. I spontaneously brought my hands to one of the mudras that we were working with in yesterday's session, which is a mudra to create harmony in the nervous system energies of the body. So I've conjoined my thumbs and I've brought my right hand in front of my left hand, and then I've hovered it in front of the hara, which is a really beautiful and stable shape to create. So bringing the hands into this nervous system tranquilizer. Its goal is equanimity. Thank you so much for being here. Sat Nam. Namaste.